Hey, my name is Sanne from Rooijen. I'm 23 years old and I live in Brenda. I'm a student at the performatory, and as a social innovator I'm very interested in actually a lot of things. And at the beginning I was really struggling because I didn't know what topic I had to choose. Actually that was pretty hard because I did like a very broad research and I didn't know where to actually start my expedition. And then I saw a little video on the internet and that really got my interest. And after that I started thinking, well, maybe something with mental health and like the body and the brain of people. So before I start, I first want to show you the video because I hope you get like as much inspiration from it that I did.
Got 60 seconds? Take a mental health minute to learn about depression disorders. They cause symptoms that affect how you feel, how you think, and how you handle daily life. Depression should be treated by health professionals. Don't try to handle it alone or treat it with alcohol or illegal drugs. Treatments include psychotherapy or talk therapy, medication, and sometimes brain stimulation therapy. These treatments may also be used in combination with one another. If you think you might have depression, talk to a trusted friend, family member, or healthcare provider. The earlier treatment begins, the more effective it is. Learn more about depression through the NIMH website and take 60 seconds to share this mental health minute to help someone else.
Go home, get some tea and take a moment for yourself. That's what people always say when someone is stressed out. Of course, for some people it will help, but what do you do when being alone at home is stressing you out the most? You feel low energy, you cannot see your friends, and you plan your whole day with things to do just to distract yourself. For me, this was also. I started my day at 6:30 and I started studying my finance test. I had some breakfast and at 9 I did go to my work. I was there till 6, I eat some dinner, I studied for the rest of my projects, and I go to bed at 11. This was my day every day for 2 months. It was pretty stressing me out. And I think there are more people who has this than you think. That's why I started my professional expedition with the topic, what does Corona do to the mental health of students? But first, what is mental health? Exactly. The definition of mental health is a person's condition regarding to their psychological and their emotional well-being. Your mental health can either make you or break you. When you're mentally ill, it influences your whole life at that moment. Not only does it influence you mentally, but it also affects you physically. Your whole body can feel broken. When your mental health is good, you feel more powerful, you have more energy, and you feel a lot stronger. What is good mental health? When someone has good mental health, they are able to fulfill a number of key functions and activities without a lot of mental struggle. The most important is the ability to experience, feel, and manage a range of positive and negative emotions. When your mental health is good, you should be able to handle a little setback or a negative emotion. But when you're mentally ill, a little setback or a negative emotion can really take you down. After some research, I found out that the first stress and anxiety were the mental illnesses where students struggle the most with. But what is the difference between stress and anxiety? Well, at first they might seem the same, because with both you can have a lot of anger, stress, muscle pain, headaches, difficult sleeping, you can feel very overwhelmed and very unmotivated. But what sets anxiety apart is that with anxiety you have an excessive worry that won't go away even when your stress factor is gone. You can feel a lot of fear when you have anxiety, and that can also stress you out because you are not used to this fear. Anxiety can also be reduced significantly, but with the right help, and it takes longer to go away than the first stress. Is there really more stress, or is there just more attention for it? You hear a lot in the media about students that are stressed out, but is there really more stress? I talked to a lot of people about it, and yes, in a way there is more stress, but the media coverage also made it bigger than it really is. Right now, there are 4 out of 7 students who struggle with severe stress or anxiety. But before Corona, there are already 3 out of 7 students who struggle with it. So yes, it is a bigger group, but not that much bigger than it already was. So the media just made it bigger because they see a problem and now they have the space to tell about this problem. So after all, it is increased, but not as much as the media implies it is. For me, the stress was caused because I started a new babysitting job at the beginning of Corona because I had to pay my bills. I worked 6 days a week, and it was at the beginning very nice, but then I stopped eating because I just didn't think about it, and because of that I almost fainted 3 times in the supermarket and it almost got me into the hospital. But what makes students so stressed during this time? Imagine, you cannot see your friends, you cannot see your family, you only see your classmates through your laptop screen, and your only exercise is your daily walk to the supermarket. When you're all alone in your room all the time, both your bed and your good qualities can be amplified. And this really drags your energy. For example, I'm a very school-focused person, but with the added stress of the pandemic, it can be almost a compulsion. Although focusing on school is a good quality, it can become bad because you're so focused on it. Another example is when people are really social and they cannot see their friends now. Their need to be more social grows. This is almost like you give a kid a piece of candy and you say they cannot eat it, they want it even more and more and more. Well, this is also with your qualities. If you say you cannot do it, it gets bigger and bigger, and then you keep repeating it and it gets stressing. But is there only a negative side to it? No, there is not. You also have a lot of people who have advantages from it. For example, you have introverted students who are actually like being at home because they are a lot calmer and there is no social pressure anymore. You also have people who really cannot focus when they have to study at school, so now they are at home. They are actually getting more focused and get better grades because they are in a safe space. During my interviews, I ask all my interviewees what they think will happen when Corona is finished. They almost all answered that they are afraid the quality of mental health care provided by the government will diminish. Even though the Corona battle is over, the battle with mental health isn't over. To make sure it won't get worse, we really need to talk, people. Talk. So my question, do you know how your friends are doing? And if they need help, do you encourage them to get the help? And if they are in this project, do you help them? Do you really know how your friends are doing right now?
God, that was
Yay!
great.
We did it. Hey, there we are again. I hope you liked the video from the beginning and also the rest of my pie talk. I was thinking I missed something, and it is a personal expedition, but I miss like a little bit of the personal stuff. So I wanted to add what I learned during the expedition. And for me, one of the biggest things I learned was not to be a perfectionist. Right now I can say I'm kind of satisfied with everything I did. I don't say that often. And I also learned a lot about my own mental health and how I can help myself. But mostly I learned, I think, to make choices, and I find a topic I'm very motivated about, and I think that also is really going to help me with my professional expedition, because I think I have a topic right now perform a professional expedition, that's really give me motivation, and I want to do research right now. So yeah, I hope you also liked it and got some inspiration about it and think about the questions I just asked you. And I hope to see you at my professional expedition. So see you there. Bye.